Hi, I'm Kimberly Schneiderman, Senior Practice Development Manager at Randstad RiseSmart, here with your weekly tip. Conversation comes naturally to some people and not quite as easy to others. And in times like these, with impact to both our health and safety from the pandemic and the violence in society, you may be wondering how you can have productive conversations and networking meetings without being tone deaf to the issues that other people are experiencing. Here are a few strategies you can use. First, acknowledge the issues. There has been a good deal of disruption in our lives and livelihoods in the past few months. When opening the conversation, it is okay to acknowledge these events. You might ask, how are you faring since the shutdown due to the pandemic? And is your area opening back up again? Or has your community been impacted by the violence connected to the protests? Next, match their tone. Everyone has their own style of communicating, and on top of that, the influences of the different crises in our society are greatly impacting people's focus and energy. Be respectful of that. If the person is speaking slowly and carefully, try to settle into the conversation. Pause between ideas. Don't rush to answer questions. Alternatively, if the person's tone is high energy and positive, try to match that with quick responses and a smile. If they are upset, try to be understanding and validate their concerns. You don't need to change their mind or cheer them up. Instead, confirm that you hear them and understand their perspective. And then for yourself, be positive. You also have your own energy, communication style, and situations to consider. To keep your message positive yet authentic, if you've had a tough time, try something along the lines of, things on my end are settling down. We did have a health scare in my close family that took some time to handle. I'm happy to be able to refocus my energy now. Or there was some loss in my area due to the devastation and destruction. We came out of it okay, and I'm thankful that those close to me are safe. Next, ask permission. Depending on the intensity of your opening conversation, it may be best to ask permission to shift the conversation to the intended agenda. You could say, well, thank you for sharing your experience with me. I'm wondering if it's okay if we pivot our conversation to talk about your experience in the tech industry. Or, I'm glad to hear you fared well during these crises. Shall we move on with our conversation? Would you be open to answering a few questions around your CPG expertise? The bottom line is that if you are having conversations and networking meetings with others right now, you do need to be sensitive to the potential crisis they have experienced firsthand. By using these strategies, you are demonstrating that the other person's well-being is important to you. That goes a long way in creating relationships that last beyond the period of your transition. And with adjustments to the scripts, these same strategies can be called upon anytime you are having conversations with others in the future. Thank you for joining me today. For more ideas in your career transition, be sure to tune in to upcoming webinars.